Welcome to Phidius War Journal, episode 13. We have some alliance matches coming up soon in Raiders Con. So if you're interested in joining and participating in alliance matches, now is a great time to join. Okay, so just picking up from where we left off in the last video, we had worked for expansion to gain control of South Africa, and now we have complete control of the entire African continent. This isn't due to part that we were able to form an alliance with Nigeria, as we had an open slot in our coalition. And I'm going to talk more about Nigeria in just a moment. But here we have Canadian Joe was able to finish off Namibia after South Africa, and he is returning his troops back up north to be healed and to join the war front on the north. So Canadian Joe, his transports are moving up north, and he's done quite a bit to help us regain control of the seas as well with his navy, mainly focused on cruisers, battleships, and he's also working on some other capabilities as well. So let's take a look in the north where KNA Burge is establishing a front where we are sharing a border with territory now controlled by Russia. So we're looking to defend this area, and we don't want to get backdoored. So we have a nice gathering of troops for reinforcement in this area. Okay, moving over to Syria, where I'm at. I've been doing a lot of troop production. My manpower is pretty much depleted right now, and you can see my stats right there as a staff sergeant in the game. Right there's Canadian Joe's naval forces. They're in my Navy ports healing up, and I have naval helicopters patrolling for submarines and other threats that might be lurking in the waters. North, there's the area of Turkey that we have taken control over, built an Air Force base there. We moved east into Greece, and now more north into Romania. So that's going to be the front. Now let's talk a little bit about our air forces. Iran is the country by Fagari, also Drago.xenan. Here's a look at his stats. Looks like he's lost more units than he's killed, but he does have quite a few games played, solo victories and some coalition victories, and he plays as Fagari, the philosopher. But one thing that we've noticed is that United Kingdom is a very powerful air force, and Iran is sort of behind on their research. So that is a concern for us, as we will have trouble controlling the air. Moving west, we can see where Nigeria is setting up their forces. Now, Nigeria is a new player to Raiders.com, and he has a very well-respectable army. You can see his units at the bottom there. He's got tanks and SAM anti-air defense. Here's a look at his player profile. Level 27. So he's doing quite well. You never know what you're going to get when you get a new coalition member, but this guy looks like he has a good sound doctrine, good philosophy, and yeah, so he's secured a large chunk of Africa, and also in the process has started to take over the east coast of the United States. So he looks like he's well positioned there. I believe he was partnered with this troop here, Colombia, for part of their air forces, but Nigeria is joined Raiders.com on our Discord server and in this coalition in this game. And here is a look at his troops. He's transporting troops to our northern front, anticipating a conflict with Germany and Poland and Russia. Here's another stack here. Looks like more tanks and tank destroyers. So these are good quality units. They've seen some battle. They need to be healed up. There's a Iran troop taking over this strategic position. Not much value there, more about just strategy of controlling those islands. Nice. And so yeah, we're basically needing to fortify our northern border. Spain and France right there. Nigeria should be able to focus on those areas. And then to the east would be Germany and Poland. And also in this area, there's United Kingdom has established control of this region. So they have cities and Air Force bases there. And I'm anticipating a lot of resistance in southern Poland. Here's Kenny Burge's anti-air division, and he's done a really good job with anti-air. Phidius, my character, has basically taken over this region and started to dig in. So focusing on building bunkers in those areas as so I can basically maintain control of that region right there. Also, Ankara, building a bunker there, and seems like a safe place for my helicopter units to hang out. I do have a naval helicopter, and I'm going to go ahead and deploy it to patrol in that sea, also to make sure that no troops try to arrive by sea. So you take a look at the Navy helicopter does 3.5 points of damage, but I am doing some research for the helicopters to also engage surface vessels. So those naval helicopters do 11 points of damage to submarines. They're most effective against submarines, but with this air surface support, should be able to engage ships at 5 damage, 5.5. So a stack of 5 of those would do over 25 points of damage to a ship, which would be a nice deterrent. And it's not going to totally repel an enemy naval force, but it should hold out until Navy reinforcements arrive. Nice. And also researching my gunships do 11 points of damage to soft targets, 4 damage to hard targets. So those now have the missile attack that help against hard targets. So yeah, these helicopters are starting to form up to be a very dominable force. Just concerned about air superiority fighters and being able to protect the helicopters, but against all land troops, it's going to be difficult for the enemy to deal with. Okay, so just taking a look where Canadian Joe is helping reinforce. There's a look at his stats. He's now been elevated from private to specialist in this game, as he has done a lot to improve on his experience. And in this region, we have 3 coalition members defending this border. So this looks like according to Kenny Burge, this is a very critical spot right here. So that's why we're focusing more here as opposed to trying to go toward their leader of Germany. Kenny Burge has been the leader, the platoon leader for the coalition, directing where the assaults will be. And yeah, here's take a look at Phidius's land stack of troops. He's got those helicopters. I have 10 helicopters there, and they do over 40 points of damage to hard targets per attack. So nice. Burge on scene. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. So it's been an interesting development in this game. This is a training game. We get points for participating, and it helps us in our standing in the alliance. So these are good ways to meet with other players and to just gain some experience. Our battle plan is Nigeria is taking Spain and France, like I mentioned. Germany, we don't really have an assault area set up because UK is controlling that area, and we would have to cross the channel to get into that area. But we do have troops in position to pressure Poland. That is Warsaw right there, and there is Berlin, the capital of Germany, Berlin, and Warsaw. And our other battle plan is to defend. If we wanted to try to get a force to go toward Germany, it's really the only element we're missing right now. But Burge has directed us to defend this area here, where the Russia border is. So there's a lot of troops stockpiling there. Okay, so that's the game update. We're anticipating war to start pretty soon, so that'll probably be in the next episode. And yeah, it's been an exciting game so far. Lots of developments. 3 solid players. We gained a player, and Iran. Hopefully, we can get them up to speed. So, thanks a lot for watching.